Don't do it.
It's fine, it's this thing.
One of the coolest things with getting a project car is to really see what you have. I mean, we've been up and down through this car. We've looked for rust. We've looked for, the normal things. But we weren't really worried about the engine, the trans, and that stuff because we plan on upgrading all of it. But today, just for fun, it's a Friday afternoon, we're gonna see if the engine in this car will actually run and maybe take it for a drive. So what we're working with is a 289 C4. Now the original owner, or I'll say previous owner of this car, at some point in time had pulled off the 2-barrel, had upgraded to a 4-barrel, along with a new manifold and a new distributor, but unfortunately never got it running properly with that new setup. And this was done somewhere 96, 97, so 25 years ago. It's been a while since it's been touched. We're gonna kind of take a look at what we have and try to figure out what we gotta do to see if maybe it'll actually start. So while Brendan's looking at the wires and figuring out what parts we have, I'm gonna just connect the battery. We're gonna go through everything. Now, I have a little confession to make here. We actually did connect the battery at one point just to see if the car had power, which it did. I kind of learned an expensive lesson at the time, and we'll explain that in a second here, but when you're connecting jumper cables, a jump pack, whatever, don't go by the colors of the wires. I was distracted, it's my own fault, I own it. I saw black wire and said, oh, black's ground, the blue wire's positive. Well, not in this case, and I did fry the alternator wire. So again, look carefully, make sure the colors are right when connecting jumper cables. Now before we did hook up power just to see what we have, but we didn't go through lighting and check everything, so we're actually gonna do that now. One of the amazing things, and honestly this is a great sign, the interior lights work. I mean again, this car sat for almost 25 years, it was in a garage, it really wasn't touched, wasn't driven, but I hooked up power, I opened the door, and I have interior lights. Let's try some of the other stuff. Brandon, we got headlights out there?
Yeah, works great.
High beam, low beam.
Wow, everything works. Does it crank?
Let's not go crazy. I have dash lights. We got turn signals?
I don't see anything in the front. You have the key on?
Yeah. No turn signals, okay.
Maybe we'll look at that.
Brake lights?
We have brake lights.
How about backup lights?
Is the key on?
Yep.
Nope.
No backup lights, okay. So we have interior lights, we have headlights, we have tail lights. That's not bad.
No.
High beams work.
Not for a car that came out of the garage.
You want me to see if it cranks?
Sure.
You got a fire extinguisher handy?
Pretty close to me.
Well,
that's impressive.
Sign. She turned.
She ain't seized.
All right, so we determined it cranks. Now we're gonna basically try to set timing. The distributor, we didn't install it. We don't know if it's installed properly. So at this point, we're gonna start from scratch. Brandon, what's the next step here?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the distributor out. Then we're gonna pull the #1 spark plug, define TDC. And I have this nice little tool here. We'll whistle when we get to the compression stroke of the cylinder. Oh, it's the bigger spark plugs.
Is it?
13/16.
I'm just happy I could use my fancy little distributor wrench.
Haha, you failed your camera action.
See, this is the stuff you're missing, Justin. There's nothing living in here, which looks like a good thing.
Oh, it is a barn car.
Yeah, plugs are a little older, but so I would say early firing order 289 again.
157, blah, blah,
something,
blah,
something, something. Yeah, we can't, nobody knows those.
Okay. I will go with cranky.
So what are you, if you're a betting man, what do you think our odds are here that it'll actually start?
After I spritz it with some ether and some fuel, it should go.
You think she's gonna live?
I think she'll live.
Just long enough for us to take it out? Not put an LS in it?
No, 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 always LS. Ah, the Whistler. So we're pretty close to TDC, that means.
Yeah. Stroll through, go through once just for her.
Yep.
No noise there.
Well, the good thing is she turned all the way over.
Turns nice too. Maybe a little loose, but.
There we go. Okay, we're gonna go to 0. Yeah, so we're on the line. So they put TDC, then the line.
The line's after it. I got you.
Lines,
I
yep.
got you. Okay. All right, so we got top dead center. We're going to put the distributor back in here. Usually this facing somewhat forward is a good place to start. She wants to go down to place.
She's being stubborn.
Yep. It was in. There it goes.
Just in the wrong spot. Pretty close. Bloop.
All right, so we have the distributor where we think it's gonna go, and now we're gonna actually put the spark plugs on and see if we can get it to kind of go from there. And you know, the story of this car is actually kind of cool. Like, you know, the guy we bought it from, somebody I've actually known for a while, and you know, one of his father-son projects. It's funny because you know, they were doing this to try to learn how to work on cars. The trunk is full of books, Chilton's manuals, and all kinds of repair stuff on you know how to fix up your Mustang. So, you know, it is cool that you know, they were trying to do it. I said, unfortunately, didn't. You know, sometimes the projects they don't work out like you hope it would, and we're hoping today maybe we'll get it running, and we'll give the owner a call and let him know that the car actually lives on. And we're gonna assume the distributor and wires are good. I mean, you know, the guy just bought them when he went to put them on. Obviously, it was a long time ago, but you can see obviously they haven't been used.
It's always fun going in the trunk and finding, hey, we have these parts.
This car was actually a treasure trove of stuff in the trunk. The original intake was in there. The original carb's in there, I think. The manifold's in there. Had the original spare and stuff in it still. But he had a whole bunch of nice new parts for us too to play with, which is always fun. All right, so we've got the distributor in place. We've got our wires connected. One plug we pulled looked good enough for what we're looking to do here. What do you think, Brennan? What's next?
Well, for once, I don't like how long these wires are.
No, they're definitely.
I like to trim them, make them nice and clean.
They're on the longer side. We're not trying to win a car show here. We're not going for looks. We just want this thing to function.
So we're not worried about the vacuum line on the distributor right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug all the vacuum lines on the carburetor, like the one that's not really.
No, it's not connected at all.
Nope. So we'll get that plugged up. We'll get the engine cranking, see if we get some fuel out of it.
Let's go for that. So now we're gonna get some fuel in the carburetor. We can spray some carb cleaner out to see if that works, but we're gonna rig up a jug. I'm sure you guys have done this a million times. You just basically put a jug of fuel underneath the hood. We're gonna draw from there because we popped open the tank, opened up the cap, and it stinks like turpentine, which means the fuel in there, it's 20 plus years old, it's junk. So we'll put some fresh fuel under the hood and see if it'll start. All right, so we have the distributor in place. We think we're timed. We've got spark plugs. We've got wires. We have what we'll call a fuel system.
Hey, that's legit right there.
We've all done it. Let's get some spark now. And hopefully spark in the engine, not spark that catches everything on fire.
So that's one of the things I like about MSD. This is the ready to run distributor. All you really have to do is hook up 3 wires, a ground, and these 2 wires go to the coil, and then 1 power wire to the coil, and that's all you have to do to make this distributor run.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Come on, old girl.
We need more juice.
Want to get the charging thing over here, maybe?
Probably. Oh, wait, stop yourself. You're doing it again.
Did I do it again? Mother. Bill's trying to catch the motherfucker on fire. Yes, I almost did it again. I do not like a black freaking power wire. Juice. Now we got lots of juice. All right, try this again with more juice. And flames. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, she wants to live.
More spritzy.
It was close.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
She wants to live. We got power and stuff because it is trying to start. It's just a fuel issue.
Yeah, it's a fuel issue. Okay.
Come on, come on. Oh.
It sucks to dry, that's the problem. Like, we're just not getting.
You'd smell it. Woo! We got flames. Not the good kind.
It just can't get any fuel to that. I think that fuel pump diaphragm's shot. Okay.
Woo! Don't.
It's fine, that. Fix this thing. Perfect.
Told you it might catch fire. All right, so it'd fire inside the engine and fire outside the engine. There's an old oil-soaked gasket on the top. We were spraying a lot of fuel and stuff over here to try to get it started, and a little spark and it caught fire, but it's no big deal. Took the gasket off. We have an extinguisher here just in case, but we're good to go. We're gonna try it again. She wants to run.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
Yep. Ew. How dare you, Sean? Okay, go ahead. Timing's a little bit off.
Yeah. Holy crap, it runs.
It's running on its own.
It runs pretty, yeah, it's leaking fuel pretty bad.
I got that.
So our fuel line here is leaking and we don't have any hose. And again, this is just temporary, so we're gonna tape it up. And hopefully that'll work long enough for us to get, a little test drive. Again, you've all done it. So we tried it remotely before. This time we're actually gonna try starting it with the key. See what it does. You got gas. It's not sticking too bad. Lives. It runs.
It
I
does.
am absolutely amazed. It runs. I almost wish it didn't run, but it does. But now we have a dilemma because I mean, we want to get started on this project. We have all kinds of plans, but I want to see it drive now.
Yep.
Like we got to finish the project. So unfortunately, right now we have no forward or reverse gears. We got to take a look at that, figure out what's wrong with it. But our next video, we're gonna mess with the transmission. We're gonna put some coolant hoses on this thing, probably a fuel tank with some good fuel in it, and we're gonna see if it'll run, drive, and hopefully do a burnout. We need a name for this car, so if you're watching this video, if you have any ideas, let us know in the comments below. We choose your name, we'll throw you a gift card or something, but Project 65 is not obviously the finished name of this car, but we do have some ideas as far as the build goes. We're pretty sure where we're heading with it. I'll give you a few clues. It's gonna stay push rod. People are saying don't coyote swap it. We're not. We've done that. It's gonna be a push rod car. We're gonna do disc brakes. We're gonna do a lot of upgrades you guys have been asking about.